Now we're in December of 2008. It was then just an oversight that you left out the insulin?
I have not went back and reviewed and studied these calendars. This is, the only thing I can say is there was massive amounts of legal issues and things that I was going through that probably prevented me from doing as detailed of a job as I should have done.
But you were writing about a doping calendar, correct?
I'm not sure how to answer that question, but I gave information, and so I'm accountable for it. And lawyers write documents as well, and I signed it. And there, as it turns out, there's some very minor information and discrepancies. The lion's share of what is in all these declarations is true.
Would you consider that? Would you agree that the omission of insulin would you agree that you're providing insulin to Mr. Mosley, which you said is an illegal drug, is not a minor matter?
It's a criminal offense.
Would you agree that's not a minor matter?
Yes.
You were talking about, in this declaration, what you said was Mr. Mosley's illegal conduct, correct? But again, for the second time under oath, you just forgot about.
Well, Mr. Hudson, I don't know what to say other than 6 years and massive amounts of stress is a long period of time. I did the best that I could in filling this out and being as accurate and as complete as I could, and I signed it.
Okay. You've only signed 2 sworn statements in the litigations with Mr.
Yes.
Mosley, correct? Didn't you testify just maybe 5 minutes ago that you, after the first declaration, you subsequently corrected your omission of insulin in another sworn statement, right? Did you say that?
Yes.
Could you identify to me what the sworn statement is? Well, withdrawn. Can you identify to me any sworn statement in which you have, in fact, included insulin?
The one that I've signed in New York, this one.
Where does it say insulin?
We included insulin and is somewhere in this declaration.
It is?
Yes.
Well, why don't you take a look through it, and I could be wrong, and I will be very happy to admit it.
Tom, it was in one of the documents that we filed, and I talked to him about this.
I want to be very careful. I don't want you to
it.
breach the attorney-client privilege, and if
Okay.
you start talking about what you talked to your lawyer about...
There's a disclosure and something where I disclosed and signed that I did give him insulin.
Well, is it in this? You just said it was in this document. So
Oh.
tell me where it is.
Well, I haven't
Go
read
look.
it. Would you like me to read it?
Absolutely.
Okay. It could have been in something called the interrogatories or something. There was some documents that we gave to him that does disclose that I gave him, and we're correcting the record, that I did give him insulin.
Oh, we have them somewhere. I brought there. Well, let's look at, I know where it is. Let's make this exhibit 7. 7.
We're done with this?
And we won't be, but I want to go to exhibit 7 right now. Now, this is interrogatories that you swore to on August 7th, 2009, if you look at the last page. Just look at the last page. We'll get to the mention of insulin.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if we go to... Which one is that? 14. Go to page 7, exhibit 14.
Response 14.
Says demand 14, identify all performance-enhancing drugs. Okay? That were given to Mosley. And you say Conte is aware that Mosley was given one tetrahydrogestrone. What is that?
The clear THG.
Okay. Epitestosterone/testosterone. What's
That's
that?
epitestosterone and testosterone. That's the cream.
Erythropoietin.
That's EPO.
Okay. In addition, the plaintiff may have given insulin. See that? Mm-hmm. And then you say there's another one where 15. You say that Conte furnished Mosley erythropoietin and possibly insulin by sending the same. Now this was on August 7th, 2009, correct? On August 7th, 2009, which was about 2.5 months ago, your position, your sworn statement was that you possibly may have provided Mosley with insulin. Has anything occurred between August 7th, 2009 and today that led you to shift from saying you possibly may have given him insulin to having a concrete recollection that you gave Mr. Mosley insulin?
Yes, contemplating and studying and thinking about these calendars and being advised to really think through what happened that day from beginning to end and try to be as clear as I could about everything that I could recall. And in looking at these calendars, realizing that, you know, there was a lesser degree of certainty then than there is now.
Well, weren't you told, since you raised this question, before you signed these interrogatories, that you think very carefully about what happened to that day and recall?
Objection. Told by who?
Well, he's the one who's...
I'm just saying, told by who, and if so, it's Attorney Klein.
I know, but he already raised the issue. Weren't you told... by the way, so let me do it this way. Who told you? You said a minute ago that before the deposition, you were told to think really carefully and try and remember in as much detail as you could about what happened that day, right?
Yes.
Who told you that?
Tom told me that recently.
Okay. Is your testimony that Mr. Harvey did not tell you to think very carefully, well, we rephrase it. Before you signed this document under oath, Exhibit 7, your response to the interrogatories, did Mr. Harvey also tell you should think very carefully about exactly what happened that day and to remember as much as you possibly could?
Objection. It's hard to not answer attorney-client privilege. Ask him about taking the oath. Ask him about knowing the repercussions of signing. You know what I'm saying?
If you're directed not to answer, it's fine, but I'm going to...
Fair enough.
You know.